What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy NextGenNero back with another review, man. Today we have to talk about one of my highlights of 2025, man. Clair Expedition. Now I remember seeing it announced last year at one of the Xbox showcases. It was announced to be coming to Game Pass. It has some pretty strong Xbox marketing behind it. And it kind of flew under the radar. When I seen it, I thought it was very intriguing with the art style. And then I'm not really a huge fan of turn-based combat, mostly because I haven't really played too much of it. But I have been, trying to play more of it, the old school pixel Final Fantasies, Sea of Stars. But this right here, man, this is just something different. This is just something unique, guys. This is easily one of my Game of the Year contenders. If you're familiar with me and familiar with my channel, I review and play a lot of games, man. And I'm usually high on games because I'm not one of those guys that like to sit around and gloom and doom gaming. I think gaming is in a really good state. We got some awesome gaming showcases coming this summer. Actually, this week, as of I'm recording this, we has PlayStation Showcase tomorrow. State of Play, not Showcase, but the Summer Game Fest on Friday. And then Sunday, we have Xbox Gaming Showcase. So probably by the time you hear this, maybe you hear it before those, maybe you hear it after, but I say all that to say, man, it is a lot of good games out here and a lot of good games to look forward to. And one of my favorite things about this game, before I get into why I think it is a masterpiece, easily a Game of the Year contender, and also I think it should be a message to the gaming industry as a whole, especially these AAA developers. My favorite aspect about this game is it was made by 30 people. And a lot of these people who's written for this game and worked on this game don't have a whole lot of experience. You have a few ex-developers, but this is a lot of these people first time making a video game, man. And this is one of the most heart-touching. This is a gem. Like, some video games are exactly that. Just video games, something you play mindlessly, you have fun, or stuff we get sold every year like a 2K, a Madden, or Call of Duty, that those are video games we just play. But then you have some games that are just artistic masterpieces. This game is art all around, from the dope art style, the graphics, the gameplay, the music, the voice acting, the story. Everything about this game, guys, I absolutely love, man. But with that being said, let's get into some of the details. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you subscribe. I appreciate everybody for rocking with me, so let's get into it. So the first thing I want to touch on is the graphics and the overall art design, and I think this game is absolutely beautiful. So I started the game on Xbox, my Xbox Series X. I played it through Game Pass, and I absolutely loved it. I thought on the Series X it looked beautiful as well. It does have some of those FSR fizzly moments, only really on interiors like inside of the manor. Besides that, when you're outside in the lush environments or at the snowy place or anywhere in this game, it has a lot of lush and different environments and just beautiful backdrops. This game is absolutely beautiful, man. One of the most gorgeous art styles out here, whether it's the combat and the way everything blends together with the overworld view. Being able to travel that and then going inside and just having a expansive area to explore, man, I just absolutely love that. I think the way the map is designed is great as well. Now, I seen a couple people early on, we had complaints, even myself included. I thought like maybe a mini map would have been nice to kind of point you in a general direction, but I kind of take that back after beating the game and playing it. I like that because it leans into the exploration of this game. Like, none of these maps and areas is overly huge. You can cover every area and every nook and cranny in about maybe less than an hour if you're really looking. And if you run past some of the enemies, which I don't recommend, I recommend fighting as much as possible to upgrade and be prepared for some of the later half of the game. But this game encourages exploration, and what I really loved is finding the old collectible audios for the prior expedition teams. I thought that was extremely dope, man. I really loved that. It gave me a reason to look everywhere. And the funniest part is, most times where I looked at places where I wouldn't think something would be, it was usually one of those voice logs, and that was really dope to me because I enjoyed that. But guys, the graphics and art design is beautiful. It ran and looked beautiful on the Series X and S, and I loved it so much that I ended up buying it on my PS5 Pro just for a little more clarity, a little sharper details. That's pretty much all it does. It's nothing overly enhanced, no added features like ray tracing or anything. Like I said, this is a smaller team, but what they have accomplished technically wise and graphic wise and just as a whole cannot be understated. And once again, this is a $50 game made by 30 people. That alone should be worth a buy, or at least putting on your wish list, guys. So next thing I want to talk about is the music and sound design. I thought the music in this game was absolutely god tier. It should definitely be nominated for one of the tracks and sound designs of the year. Every piece of music during a cutscene, during just a dialogue, or just during combat was absolutely fantastic. Collecting records to listen to around your camp After, you know, every set amount of missions, you'll go back to your camp, or you can just choose to set it up in the overworld whenever you want. Listening to the music then was very dope and satisfying. I really enjoyed the music in this game, guys, and I thought the voice acting was very well done as well. Some very talented actors all around the board, and some really good writing as well. The thing I want to touch on next, guys, is the story and attention to detail. So I won't say too much on this story because I don't want to spoil anything, and it's kind of like anything you talk about in this game can kind of be spoilers. I just recommend going to play the game. What I will say is that the story is very captivating. Early on, the situation that is at hand with wanting to save your people and save the world is just gripping me immediately, and everybody is immediately likable as well. The world is likable, the environments is likable, the characters is likable. And having likable characters in a video game, especially something like this, is extremely important. So I thought the story and the attention to detail was really well. And as I mentioned earlier, I love finding prior logs for prior expedition teams. That was like one of my favorite things to do, just listening to the teams that came before me. And, you know, even going to my journal at the camp and writing details for the expedition that may come after me. You know what I'm saying? I just felt like that was amazing. The combat... The combat, guys, is very, very well done. Now, I'm going to send some shots out there because I did see some JRPG, like hardcore players, trying their best to downplay this game. And for the life of me, I just don't understand that. I always view JRPGs as a niche genre of gaming, and I think most people will too. That's not to say they're bad. That's not to say it's horrible. You know, something like a Metroidvania might be considered niche. A roguelike game might be considered niche. You know what I'm saying? It's just a smaller pool of gamers, you know. So I thought the combat was gripping and amazing. And it kind of made me want to go play more turn-based games. But I feel like this might have set a standard for me where if it's not as flashy and as intriguing and just interesting as this, I may not click as heavy with it. But the combat with this was perfect. I love that, you know, it's turn-based, but you still have to be active at the same time. You have to dodge, you have to parry. That aspect was just very dope. The way you can spec your characters and build everybody out. It was just really good. And that goes into my final next topic. It's just the replayability. You know, my co-host Panda, shout out to Panda if you're watching this. She's been playing this game religiously. It is a new game plus at the end, but it's also just a lot to do in the world after you finish the game. So you can focus on cleaning up everything that it is to clean up in the game, fighting a bunch of side optional bosses, doing a bunch of completion, collecting collectibles and stuff like that, and just upgrading and building bonds with your characters. I think that is really dope. But they also have a new game plus, which is really well done from what I hear. I'm going to start that up soon. But also they have multiple endings, so your choices matter in this game too. So for $50, man, you're getting great graphics, great music, great storytelling, great sound design, beautiful attention to details, really stellar combat, and a really good amount of replayability. This should be a message to the gaming industry because it don't take $100, $200, $300 million to make a very good game. And you don't also have to charge $80 to $70 for a really good game. A lot of games that are charging full prices nowadays don't have half the amount of soul and passion poured into it that something like this have. Something like the $50 Split Fiction 2, not Split Fiction, I'm thinking about Splitgate 2, but Split Fiction, you know, something like those smaller games is just filled with passion, you know, and I really appreciate that. And I appreciate them for respecting the people time and money as well. You know, this is a rough economy we're living in. So when you got prices going up on video games, but when you play them, you like, yo, this is not a $70, $80, this is not even a $60 quality game. It's really refreshing to get these $40 and $50 games, you know, the Oblivion remake, Helldivers 2, latest one we got coming is Mafia, the new Mafia game. So it's like, we got a lot of good, reasonable price games out here, and I want this to continue to be a trend because all it makes me want to do is support your game even more, recommend it to a friend, and shit, even possibly do a giveaway of it. It's a lot easier doing a giveaway of a $50 game than it is of an $80 game. With that being said, guys, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. It's been your boy NextGenNero, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.